Freedom of speech is the cornerstone of democracy. Ireland's tyrants tried to silence us by creating ignorance and idiocracy. Freedom of love and freedom of hate are both an emotion. Emotions controlled is a dystopian notion. They work on your fears to give you a scare. Don't take a jab or you'll kill granny right there. Sustainable living is being taught through schooling. Unfortunately, you won't be able to travel or own anything. Carbon credits and credit scores will determine your freedom and liberty in your new digital prison that they call a 15-minute smart city. Everything is created to keep you behaved as they work hard to keep you enslaved. The actors in charge don't care about you. They enforce legislations because of a flu. Climate change exists, but not what they say. Reducing your carbon emissions won't keep it at bay. Climate change exists naturally and can't be undone. The deep state drives propaganda to push Agenda 21. A plan that was signed back in 1992, an agenda set in stone to enslave me and you. Destabilise the nations from Ireland to Iran. From United Nations and the EU comes the Killarney Plan, an idea created to push white genocide. Our leaders in power push to complete democide. As we watch our community become less white, our politicians in power talk nothing but shite. Far right and racist if you speak out of turn, as the majority of people stay silent as they watch Ireland burn. The tide will turn and the truth will out, as liars is always seen for the lies that they spout. Politicians, journalists and NGOs are all the same. They will see their plan fail and inevitably lose the game. But we as a people must all unite, as Éire as a nation, we need to rise up and fight. Éire bra.
It's November 2050, and at a make-or-break United Nations summit, the leaders of the world tried to halt the runaway impacts of climate change. Join me, Mark Little and Carla O'Brien as we guide you through this seismic night with expert analysts and reporters all over the world. This could be planet Earth's last chance to save itself, and the outcome is still too close to call. Tomorrow tonight, Ireland 2050, Wednesday at 9:35 on RTE1 and RTE Player.
RTE on Climate for Science Week.
How have you been covering these kinds of conferences since you're a cub reporter? But what's on the table tonight is phenomenally different from what's come before.
Mark, the magnitude is something that was unimaginable 20 years ago. We're talking about a new world order, but one that is completely disruptive. In front of the General Assembly tonight, there are going to be 4 critical decisions to take. The first is for rich countries to accept a minimal number of refugees, climate refugees. The second thing is to impose punitive carbon taxes. Thirdly, there's going to be a very rigorous form of inspections and then sanctions. They're all in front of the General Assembly. And then the fourth element, the very controversial element, will come before the Security Council after that. And that's to put military boots on the ground to make sure that countries comply. And that has been highly controversial.